What is up, guys? My name's Oliver. I've got tiny eyes anyway, so don't judge if they look like they're closed. My name's Oliver. It's early morning. I have to leave yet. But I said last night that I'd record a video, so here I am. Sensors are off outside. You can see, it's barely any light, so I've got to get up. Yeah, just turn the sensors on. Walk around. Yay. This is cold this morning. Yay. I got the sniffles. Sensor is on. Okay, so in this morning's video, I'm going to talk about why I live in a storage unit. And basically, it starts back when I was 16 years old. So I was 16 years old. Well, it kind of starts when I'm 14, I guess. So I was 14 to 16 years old. Things were, not the best in my family situation. I have younger brothers who have mental health issues, as well as autism and stuff. So my parents needed to focus things on them. So me and my sister, at different times, we were asked to leave the family home, basically for the safety of us. My sister's older and she's all sorted now. With me, so I ended up living in my car. And this kind of leads on to the storage unit, so I'll get there. I lived in my car, and I was kind of at my dad's in the car. My dad's in my car, but I wasn't permanently at my dad's at all. Nowhere near. Only because my brother still went there, so I couldn't be permanently at my dad's. It then led on from there. I ended up in a shared house, and it was just too expensive. If you live in England, £500 per calendar month for a box room isn't good. And I'm 17 years old here. No, wait. I'm 18 years old at this point, shall I say. It's not good. I couldn't afford it. So I moved into a storage unit. I chose a storage unit in the local area. It's chilly. I chose a storage unit in the local area because it meant I didn't have to move my stuff far. And I moved into the storage unit, and that was good. It was really good. This was the first storage unit, not this one. This was the one last year. I was 18 years old then. So I lived in a storage unit, and I used that to save money towards a van. And I kind of got into the alternative living stuff at kind of around this point. So because I was in a car and I lived in my car, I got used to it. Okay, I got used to it. And then after that, after living in the car, and I went back to a property, it wasn't the same. And I kind of enjoyed being able to travel, and I enjoyed that. So when I ended up back in a property, and I didn't enjoy it, so I ended up moving out of it and moving into a storage unit because there's kind of an alternative living. Yeah, you could say, oh, but it's just a property. Yeah, but when it's 90 quid a month, it's a different question, isn't it? So it was kind of partly about the money, partly about the alternative living. And from there, from living in the storage unit, I saved up and I bought a van, alright, from working. And I used the van, I lived in the van, I travelled in the van, blah, blah, blah. I enjoyed that, I did, That's how I got into the alternative living lifestyle. And I lived in the van for just about a year in the Renault Kangoo. But then, at 19 years old, insurance goes up, and I couldn't really afford living in the van. That's I'm back here in a storage unit pretty much. But I enjoy the alternative living lifestyle. A property is a good idea, I guess, for some people. And don't get me wrong, I would like to live in a property maybe further down the line. But right now in my life, a property isn't best for me. And I'm in a storage unit now. Oh, you got to remember, right? People watch these and I'm still only 19 years old. I got put in this position because I was thrown out of home years ago, and I know I could have joined the 9 to 5 and got a flat and stuff, but I couldn't. I just couldn't do that. I just didn't want to do that. I didn't want to join the 9 to 5, because if I joined the 9 to 5 working lifestyle, then I just get more comfortable. I just know that wouldn't be authentic and it wouldn't be me, so I couldn't join. And I'm not saying I don't work, because I do work. I do bits here and there for work, and I have been looking at getting a part-time job for a bit, just to fund my travels, because I enjoy travelling, and that's one thing. I kind of live out of a backpack as well when I travel, so I enjoy the freedom rather than being tied down, and I feel the alternative living lifestyle and living in a storage unit is the best way to live my life. I genuinely do feel that because of this storage unit lifestyle and the van life lifestyle and the car life lifestyle, it just helps me out. It helps me get to my dreams, if that makes sense. Like my dreams, I'd love to be a TV presenter one day, or something like that. I say lots of different things. I'm like, I want to be this, I want to be that. I started this YouTube channel originally in I don't know what year, but hang on. Focus. But I started this channel because I wanted to be in front of the camera, and I am in front of the camera. And I enjoy being in front of the camera. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy the editing process. I mean, this video probably won't be amazingly edited because I've got lots of videos to edit. And this is kind of it's not a rushed video, but it's it's an early morning video, I guess. I just wanted to talk about why I live in a storage unit, and this is why I'm doing this. I live in a storage unit because it's the best way for me to live my life. And I know that sounds weird. I'm not in the council, I don't have a full-time job, and I have dreams. I want to travel the world, I want to experience here and there, and I don't know where I want to settle down. So why buy a house and get a mortgage, or why rent a place and be stuck somewhere for 6 months when I know I don't want to do that? I could spend all my money on rent on a flat and work a 9 to 5, 5 days a week, and be stuck there in a year contract, but I just don't feel that's for me. Not at this point anyway in my life. I'm not saying if I suddenly became a dad or I got a partner and, my circumstances changed, that's fair enough. But I'm 19 years old, and yes, when my mother was 19, she had my sister, she had a mortgage, and she was married. But I'm not my mum, and I'm not my dad. I am me. I am Oliver, and I enjoy being me. And a lot of people will criticise this life. A lot of people will like this life. A lot of people will want, a lot of people will like this life, like the life I live. And probably some of you guys will even be jealous of the life I live. I assume some of you guys out there didn't get the chance to travel, and I assume some of you guys out there didn't get the chance to take risks or save money for your future or this and that. You may have become a parent young, or you may have got a job and got married. And yes, that day may come for me one day, but I'm in the now, and I am planning for the future. I do have travel ideas in my head for the future, places I want to visit one day. Yeah, I planned on moving to Vietnam this year, but my plans changed, and they can change because I can change them. I don't have anything to hold me back. I don't have rent to pay, and I don't have this and that to sort out. I can just change them, and that's something I like. I don't stick to a schedule. When my sister came back from Canada 2-3 years ago, she told me a story about my Uncle Roger. And she said about how Uncle Roger just lives his life and doesn't bother with timings. She told me a story about how he was going to drive her somewhere, and then he went and had to do this and that, and then went home to feed the dogs, and my sister and her boyfriend didn't get to the location for like a few hours. I understand that, because since I got told that, I've lived my life like that. I'm not going, I've got a strict schedule, unless it's like a doctor's appointment or something. I'm not going, I've got a strict schedule, I've got to stick to this. I go, well, I can do that this day, I can do that day, you know. If I want a day to relax, sure. If I want to do this, if I want to do that, I have the freedom to do that, and a lot of people don't. And sure, I don't have a lot of money to my name. I'm not saying, oh, this kid's rich, his daddy and mummy pay for everything. My parents aren't rich. Jesus Christ, that's the last thing they are. But I just live my life. And if I can live my life with a bit of freedom, earning a bit of money here and there to pay for this trip here and there, then that's great. And yes, maybe one day I'll meet the right person, and maybe one day I will have children, because I would like to have children one day. That day is just not today. And if that day is suddenly tomorrow, it's suddenly tomorrow. I don't have any fixed plans. There are people who are like my sister. She doesn't want to get married. No, she doesn't want to have children until she's married and has a mortgage and has this, this and this. Like, if I suddenly met the right person, and then she lived elsewhere in another country, and I was just like, well, fuck it, I've got nothing holding me here, I'd go, because why not? I enjoy that. I enjoy that ability for freedom, and that's what I'm thriving on at the moment. And I hope that, guys, explains why I live in a storage unit. It kind of does, kind of doesn't, I guess. I mean, like, it does explain why I live in a storage unit, because it's freedom, and I was made homeless. But if my parents didn't make me homeless for the fact that they had to look after my brothers more than me and my sister, because me and my sister are capable to sort out our own lives, then I probably wouldn't be in this position. Yeah, I guess being thrown out by my parents at 16, 17 years old has opened my eyes massively, and I am kind of grateful for that. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's early morning, I've got to head out of the storage unit. Adios, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.